I'm Denyse with Artist at Heart Paint Party. You have to customize it. Make something that you like. Make it personal to you. However that is. Oh! That's so cute! I love his little hat. You could be painting your bunny in. I just sewed this is a pretty spring bunny, and I think that nice lighter, softer colors look really nice for spring pastel. As big or as small as you want it.
Hey Nisi.
Hey Rach.
Can you slow down a little bit?
Sure thing. Actually, I thought it was almost looking like a butterfly, but I thought it would be cool, and I had an apple today, so I saved the core.
That's great.
I wasn't sure if it would work or not, but I thought I'd give it a try.
Yeah, I really like that you're reusing the material that might not seem to have a purpose. It might have otherwise been thrown out.
Right. Well, hi, you guys. I'm Denyse with Artist at Heart, and I am so happy to be here with you today to do some cactus. All right, I was fiddling with my hat. I was trying to look like a cactus and not a leprechaun. So I'm hoping that the little red flower, pink flower coming out of it is going to help. I tried it so many different ways. I tucked in the rim, but then I look like a chef. So this is as good as it gets for our fun cactus party today, right? All right, you guys. So I have acrylic paints. I'm going to use canvas. You can use whatever you want. I hope you have a pencil and some scrap paper to practice. I have some examples of some different cactus that you can create. Let's see, let me show you a few. Okay, so this is 3 different cacti. Cacti is plural, right? Plural. So here's one cactus with pink stripes and a purple flower on top, or the one in the middle with yellow polka dots and magenta flowers on top. And then the last one has more purple stripes and a blue flower. And look, each pot has a different pattern, okay, and a black background with some sprinkles. So this is just to give you an idea of one way you can do your artwork today. So if you were going to choose to do this picture, your canvas or paper would be horizontal, right? This way, horizontal. So you have more room to do 3 different pictures, right? All on one. But if you wanted to just do one, like I'm going to do one today, my format's going to be vertical. So it's up and down long ways. So that's one example with different patterns and designs that you can do. I'm going to choose to do this one today. So this one, again, I have the cactus, I have a blue background. It's on a gray table with like some swirls and magenta pink flowers with some hearts on my vase. So I just want you guys to think, do you want to have a pattern on your vase? So again, look at the patterns here versus the heart pattern, okay? Black and white vases, black and white vase. Totally up to you. Just think about your color scheme and the designs you want to do. And I want to show you different cactus. Look at how cute they are. I don't have any here, so I thought I'd show you some pictures. Right? We know they're prickly. Look at those beautiful blooms on the top of the cactus. Okay. Those ones that have those ears like that, they somehow remind me of Mickey Mouse. They have like Mickey Mouse ears, kind of. There's another one with little flower blooms. Right? So that's just to give you some inspiration and to inspire you on different types of cactus that you can create. And again, I'm going to draw it out step by step, but I always like to give you guys some different ideas so that you can completely do it different than me. All right, let's see. I want to tell you. You guys know that cactus grow in the desert, right? And it rarely rains in the desert. When it does rain, the rain is often light and may take many months for a desert to experience rainfall again. The desert sun is also extremely hot and dries up the rain. I live in Cleveland, Ohio. It rains a lot here. So we don't usually have a drought. And I don't think in my lifetime, I've never seen it not rain for a couple of months. So how does a cactus survive without water for extended periods of time? Well, to cope with the dry and hot conditions in the desert, cactus stores plenty of water whenever it rains. Can you believe that? So the cactus is so smart that it absorbs and stores the water inside of it. You might imagine that cacti, which is plural, so that means more than one, have deep roots to enable them to absorb the water from deep in the earth. While this may be true for most environments, it's not the same case for deserts. So that's not how it works. Water evaporates pretty fast from the hot desert sun. Therefore, the soil never gets a chance to soak up water and store it below the surface. That's how quick it dries. Therefore, the plants have shallow roots to allow them to absorb as much water as possible. So shallow means it's really close to the surface. It's not growing deep down. The roots are only 1.3 centimeters deep. Hence, it doesn't take long for the rainwater to reach them to absorb. This is really cool. Cactus stores gallons of water in its stem. Gallons, you guys, that's a lot of water. All right, so there's your fun facts about cactus today. So let's get started, you guys. Warm up your hands, get ready to create. All right, so you guys, I'm gonna use a Sharpie marker to draw so you can see it better, but I want you to use a pencil, right? Just so you can erase if you make a mistake. Now, again, I told you guys I'm gonna do the one that looked like this, but you can make it any way you want to. My paper is gonna be vertical, long way. Okay, and I want you guys to find the middle of your paper, and I'm going to do a horizontal line, horizontal, right around the middle of my paper. So that's going to be the top of my vase. Okay, now I don't want to do the rest of my vase yet because I want my cactus to come out. So watch this. I'm going to do, let's start over here. I'm going to do a line up out of my vase, arch over, and stop there. I'm going to do another one here. Up, arch over, and stop there. They look like candy canes, don't they? Kind of like candy canes or hooks, right? Well, I'm going to make them, they're overlapping cactus. So that's why I didn't draw the whole thing. Now here I'm going to do a big flower. So I'm going to start right here. A flower center. And then the petals coming out of the center. Okay. And then more petals. And yours does not have to look like mine. Yours can look like yours. So see, that's why I didn't draw the whole candy cane or the whole hook. It's not a candy cane. It's really a cactus. But I want the flower to overlap it. So now it looks like the flower and then the two cactus. Here I'm going to do an arch. Oh, my marker's not working that way. Up, over, down. Up, over, down. Then you can have those little flower. All right, see, I added a little flower to my green hat to make it look like one of those little I'm supposed to look like a cactus. I was going to put, I wish I had those little white sticker dots to put on my hat to add a pattern to it. But this was as good as it gets. I didn't think about it till right before we went live. I was like, oh, I wish I had a green beret. I don't have a green beret. Okay, so now I'm going to do another arch over here. Make one of those hot dog looking shapes. So these are called, you guys, these are organic shapes. So they're natural shapes. They're not geometric. That's why I can't say, oh, circle, square, triangle. Those are geometric. We're using very organic shapes for this, which is a natural shape. You could put little, well, I'll do that later. Here's another little flower over here. And I'll put my patterns on later. So now you have the basic cactus. And now I'm going to go down and in a little bit. That's going to be my flower pot. I'll go down and I'm going to stop. So it's just a little edge because here I want to do some leafy. You guys, I'm going to switch markers because this marker's giving me a hard time. Let's see if this one works better. That one's working a little bit better. So I'm going to do some leafy cactus plant-like greenery. If you have a real cactus, you can look at it for reference. And you don't have to keep up with me. Take your time. So this is my practice. This is my sloppy copy, but this could be your good one. These are my petals. Let's start. Sorry, you guys, I'm jumping around. Let's start with the center of the flower. And I'm going to have the center of the flower overlap this. Here's my petals. And you don't even have to have flowers if you don't want to. I like flowers. Add some fun color. So there's like a overlapping flower there. My leafy green stuff here. I'm going to put some more leafy greenery down here. So I'll start with a line and some leaves. Now let's draw the horizontal line for the table, right? Because right now it's like floating in the air. But I'm going to do a horizontal line, jump over this, and finish my horizontal line. So that'll be the table. So it has a place to be sitting. Now, again, this is the practice one. But if you guys want to do your pattern or your design on your vase, or you can make it a terracotta pot. It doesn't have to have a pattern. I just think the pattern makes it more interesting and fun. And again, you guys are doing any design you want to. It could be stripes, polka dots, zigzag lines, hearts. I'm going to make this flower come up a little bit higher. So I'm going to add another petal to it. And I want my flowers to be really bright, like magenta pink. So it'll make it pop. And you can just add a little bit of design, like a swirly line. Maybe I put another swirly line down here. Do you have to? Of course not. Do you want to add like another horizontal line to your table? You guys can add, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. You could put more polka dots in your cactus. I don't want to lose my voice. I'm allergic to cactus. Not really, you guys. That was funny though, huh? Cactus is making me lose my voice. Do you ever lose your voice from allergies? I do have allergies, seasonal allergies. So sometimes I lose my voice, but I always have water nearby, just in case. All right, so there's my little point. And I know I'm going quick, because this is my sloppy copy. So let's do some lines. I almost thought I should put some white paint lines on my hat, but I didn't. All right, so let's see. How about a line here, right? If you guys want. And here's how I'll do those little prickles like that. Line, 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 line. Do you have to? No. Again, it's just if you want to make it look prickly. Prickly, prickles. Have you ever felt a cactus? There's my little prickly lines. And then again, you guys can use any colors you want to. So that's my sloppy copy. All right, so now let's go to, I'm going to use canvas because I'm going to use acrylic paint today. And I'm going to keep it in the vertical format. All right, you ready? Start in the middle, no matter what size you're using. Start in the middle with a horizontal line, right? Now let's start with the flower this time, okay? I'm gonna start with my flower. My easel's about to fall over. So I started with the center of the flower. Now I'm gonna do some petals. Yours can look different than mine. You can be doing your own design. Okay, this will make it easier so when I overlap it with the other cactus, you already have the flower there. So overlapping, it's to give the illusion that the cactus is behind the flower. So I'm gonna start here with that candy cane line. Go up, arch over, and go down, down, down. Okay, now the bottom of my cactus would be right about there, right? So it's looking like it's behind the flower. Now I'm going to put another line here, and I'm going to put another line here, here, and here. And here's my little prickles. Line, 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 line. I'm sure those have a real name. I'm sure they're not called prickles, but they're like little needles, right? Are they called cactus needle? I don't know what they're. I should have looked that up before I started. I'm going to put a baby flower on top. Now I'm going to do the bigger cactus. Again, it looks like it's behind this one. So I'm going to overlap it and start with the giant candy cane. Up, over, and back down into my vase. Up, over. So you see those lines where it's overlapping, it gives the illusion that it's behind it. And then I got those little prickles, those little pricky lines. And maybe you put some circles for a design. You don't have to. So now we're going to put another cactus in the back here. So I'm going to go up, over, and down. So it's overlapping here. So it's behind the flower. Up, over, and down. Oops, did I just move my canvas? So look, I just made a mistake, but no one knows. Shh, don't tell anybody. So I made a mistake there because I bumped into my easel and it wiggled and it made a line I didn't expect. No one knows. I'm going to cover it up. I can't erase because I'm using permanent marker, but that's why you guys use pencil, right? I'm going to put a baby flower right here. There's part of my cactus with a baby flower right here. All right, so now I'm going to overlap another one. So I'm going to start right here. Make one of those weird looking things come off of it. I think they're pretty cool, but they are weird looking. Some circles for design. You can always add your details later. Details would be like the little polka dots. You don't have to put them in now. I just want to give you an idea. You can just paint it and then add your polka dots later or now. So let's see. So this cactus would come down. I'm not drawing it through here, but I would jump over the flower and the bottom of it would come right about there. I'm going to put another flower here. What else? Well, let's arch this vase a little bit there, right? And we had it come down just a little bit on that side. And then we're going to do that. It almost looks like a fern, like that leafy greenery. So I'm going to do a line here. And I'm going to do that leafy greenery. And again, yours can be very different than mine. Down here, you guys know that there's a big flower. So look, and then this greenery is overlapping it a little bit. So I'll start with the center of the flower. And then I'll do the petals coming out. Maybe some little polka dots. And you can make it as big or as small as you want to. So see how I skipped that? I did a line, jumped over that greenery, and then finished the line. So it looks like the greenery is going over it. So it gives the illusion of depth. All right, and then let's put some more greenery over here. So I'm going to do a little line, some leaves. And we can do a little more greenery over here. But you don't have to, unless you want to. Maybe you want more flowers. And then I could do a design here. Now I could do another design over here. Could do a design here. And then remember, it's floating in the air, right? So I need a horizontal line. So I'm going to do a horizontal, jump over my design, and finish my horizontal line. So it looks like the table, you see? And then again, you want to create a pattern in your vase if you want to. Zigzag and polka dots, horizontal stripes, or just large polka dots, or your own design. Okay, I'm going to do hearts because hearts, I'm in the heart mood today. So I'm going to do little polka dots and hearts. Oops, that heart did not come out great, but you know what? I'll fix it with some paint. So the hearts are kind of like those candy canes that we just did. Line, line. But you don't have to do hearts. And again, these are details, so you could always add the details later. All right, so there's my design. Now you guys can use any colors that you want to. So I have a few, look at my hat. My hat's one green and my shirt is a different green, right? Now I have different greens. Here's my plate. So this is my palette for today. I have black and white. I have some different greens, some yellow, and some magenta. So that's magenta is like really bright pink. You can use any colors. You can make it more red. You don't have to have flowers at all. And if you have one green, how could you make different greens? Well, you can make it yellow green like my shirt. You see how my shirt is yellow green versus my hat, which is more green? You would just take some yellow and some green and mix it together and you would get a yellow green. That's a different green. Okay. You could also take the green that you have and add a little bit of white to it, and then you would get a lighter green. Or you can take some green and add a touch, teeny bit of black to it, and you would get a darker green. But I'm going to start with my background. And your background could be any color that you want to, but I'm going to use like a light, bright turquoise blue, okay? And I'm going to paint my background. Now, remember, you want to have contrast. So that means whatever color you use, you really want to make sure that it doesn't blend too much with your cactus, right? So you want your cactus to show up. So that means you don't want to use a green background for your green cactus. Now, you also, so you could make sure if you're using blue, that the blue is light enough that the green shows up nice against it, right? So that's why I chose a light blue, because if I used a darker blue, it probably wouldn't show up as well with my green cactus. And I love this blue, but I wouldn't want to do my flower pot this blue because then it wouldn't really show up. So that's why I'm going to do this background this color. You could be using crayons, colored pencils, watercolor paint, tempera paint, paint sticks. Collage. You could be doing this on paper, right? Cut paper collage. You could be doing clay. Digital art. I've seen Amelia do the clay and Reagan do digital art, and we've seen Emma do the digital art. So that's why I don't want to say you have to use a certain supply, because everyone kind of likes something different, right? I love painting because I think it's really relaxing. And you guys know when it comes to technology, I have a lot to learn. So I would not find it very relaxing to do this on an iPad or a computer, because I need to get my technology. I need to take a class is what I need to do on technology and creating art on the computer. So I love to paint. It makes me just relaxed and feel good, and the colors. Ooh, I love buying the paint. I love going to the store and getting all kinds of art supplies. So you guys, I'm going to paint right over my swirl instead of taking the time painting around it, and then I'll paint over it later so it comes back, because it would take a long time. Now you guys do what you want. If you want to paint around all your little details, that's fine, but I like to paint right over them. This is a nice, pretty color. But yours could be different. Just remember, you want to have contrast so it shows up. So if my leaves are green and my cactus is green, I don't want to do my background green or anything close to that green. Now I just went inside the leaf, but I don't tell anybody. Yeah, you guys are making mistakes. It's okay, because I'm going to paint over it later. So don't worry about it. No one knows. Doesn't matter. There, remember before I went out of the line because I bumped the canvas, I just painted right over it. How's yours coming along? You guys liking it? So if your background, like if the color you chose is too dark, what could you do? You could add a little bit of white to it and lighten it up. So if you have a turquoise blue or a blue and it's just too dark, just put a little bit of white in it and it'll lighten up. So my canvas is probably bigger than yours. So it takes a little bit longer. Those canvas pads we all know are great too. So if you've never tried a canvas pad, those are great if you're using acrylic paint or watercolor paint. It's just a really nice product. It's like a sketchbook, but the paper's thicker so it doesn't buckle. But make sure you get the multimedia pad, because there's ones for drawing and watercolor paint, and the multimedia is good for acrylic paint too. So acrylic is a little bit thicker. And I'm not going to get too particular about the edge here. I went inside the lines a little bit, but it's okay. I'll fix it with my other color when I paint the other parts in. Like all those little designs and stuff, I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, I think that's good. So you guys can add gold and like brush strokes of yellow, but I'm going to let mine dry a little bit. But I'll give you an idea. Like real quick, I'll just, let's see, I won't even wash off the brush. I'll just put a little bit on there. So you can just add like some smudges of color to the background just to make it fun. Randomly, you don't have to. I just took the same brush. I didn't even wash it off. I just took it, put some yellow on it, added some smudges. Why not? Again, it's a fun painting. You could do as many as you want to. It looks kind of green, doesn't it? So I don't want to do too much because remember, I want to have that contrast with my background and my cactus. So you can do it now or you can do it later. That's enough for me. And you can do I'm going to wait to do the black. You guys know I don't do black till much later. Okay, so now let's do the pink flowers. Ooh, because pink is pretty. And boys are like, ick, 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 ick. But girls are like, yay, pink. So I'm actually using like a magenta. You see that? And I'm going to just start with my brush. You guys, again, can lighten it up. I'm going to paint the whole thing in right over my lines. I put a little bit of white in it to lighten it up, but I'll add some more without the white. See, I'm doing the whole thing. I'm painting right over my lines. And you know I have another one at the bottom. So I'll do the other one too down here. And I'll add the details in a minute. So this one I didn't add. So look, I didn't add as much white into this one, but I'm going to put a little bit more white into it and I'll just mix it right on my canvas. And then I'll show you how to make the petals different. So I painted right over all those dots. Watch out for that blue because I don't want to get blue in my flower, so I'm going to be a little bit more careful around the edge there. My blue might still be wet a little bit. Okay, so now I'm just going to go, I'm not even going to wash off my brush. I'm just going to dip in that magenta and I'm going to go back around and add it to my petals. You can outline it with the deeper color. You can go around the edge. Remember, I'm going to outline mine with black later too. And I'll put some white highlights in it later. I'll do the same thing over here. So it gives it like it just makes it a little bit more interesting. So I have different values, different shades of pink. And it's definitely not perfect. I'll hold it up close so you can see it. And you could be doing red. You don't have to use pink. I was just in the mood to use something really, really bright. So look at it up close. It looks very different than it does from far away. You see? I'm just going to let it dry a little bit before I go back into it with some like white highlights. Okay. So let's do the green. Now, if you guys want to take your time and paint around all those little dots for white, you can do that. I don't want to, so this is what I mean. Again, you can take any green that you like and you can paint all around those little circles, or you can color around them like that. Can you see that? That's a pretty small polka dot. See that? How I'm painting around them? But that would take a while. So you are welcome to do that, of course, especially if you're not using acrylic, because acrylic is opaque, which means you can cover it up. So if I want to paint this whole thing in like this, because I'm not being patient, I can paint the entire cactus in and then add my white dots on top of it later. Now you see I lost some of the blue contrast because I added that yellow and it made it look green. So I can go back into it later. I'm not going to worry about it right now, but I can go back into my background and put more blue back into it to make my cactus pop out a little bit more. So this green I'm using is got a little bit of yellow in it, kind of like my shirt. So it's like a yellowish green. And again, I can add white dots to my cactus later because I'm using acrylic paint. But I want to be patient and let it dry. Let's see. I got a little pink in my cactus, but that's okay. I'll cover it up. I'm just going to let it dry. I forgot to do my pink flower up there. Okay. And I'm going to, again, you guys can change your green by adding white or adding black or using different greens. So I'm going to make this one a little bit different. Ooh, that's kind of dark, isn't it? So I made it a little bit darker, but if I don't like it, I could add some white to it. I was looking to make it have some more contrast so it showed up better. But I think I'll make this part a little bit lighter. So I could add white to it, or I can add, let's see. You just have to experiment, right? I love experimenting with paint. And then once I outline it too, again, it's going to make it pop out. So, but you decide if you like it. I can even put some of that dark in here. Oh, I got pink in there. Can you see that? It's a little bit of pink, but I'm just going to mix it in there and make it disappear. So if I want to, again, put a little bit of the darker green in here and just mix it in there, I can do that too, to make it stand out from the background. Paint this one in green. They all kind of look the same, don't they? But that's okay, because you know what? Once we outline it and add those patterns and lines in there, it's really going to make it stand out. So I made it a little bit darker in there to make it stand out. So you can see the difference in the cactus, right? So this one will look different than the other one. So different greens. Well, two primary colors, blue and yellow, make green. Okay. So you would need more yellow paint than blue paint. I'm going to put a little yellow in here and see what happens. So yellow's lighter and blue's darker. So you need more yellow and less blue to make a green. And you're going to get different greens by the amount of yellow and blue that you put in there. Now you can also buy green, right? And you can change it by adding more yellow to it, adding white to it, adding blue to it. Turquoise and yellow is going to make a different green than sky blue, right? All the different shades are going to make different greens. And green is called a secondary color, which means you take two primaries and mix them together and you get a secondary. You can make secondary colors and you can buy secondary colors. You can't make primary colors. You cannot make red, blue, and yellow. You have to buy them or get them from nature, like squeezing berries, right? Or, but you can buy primary and secondary colors, but you can't make red, you guys. People are like, how do I make red? I'm like, you have to go buy it. You can't make yellow. You have to go buy it. So I kind of like so this one's just light green, so it looks flatter, right? This one I mixed together, and I kind of like where I mixed it. What I'm not liking is, again, to me the background's too green because I added so much yellow. So what I could do is go back into it. If you're not getting the contrast, I can go back into my blue, watch, and just put more blue back in there so that my cactus shows up a little bit better, right? That's up to you, like over here. See how it'll show up better because of the contrast. So yeah, if you didn't like that, just go back over it with some blue. Be patient, let it dry. Now I forgot to put the little baby flowers on top. You guys use whatever colors you want to. I'm in the pink mood. You could do yellow, orange, purple. I'm trying to match my hat. There was a little baby pink one here too. All right. And then I'll do my greenery here. Put some down here. So I'm doing this one a little bit darker green, but you don't have to. You can do it lighter green. And people love, love, love to jump right into the black because it really is dramatic and it really does make a huge difference. But if I use black right now, I would get it in everything. So that's why I wait till the end to use the black. And it's really going to make it pop out. Now, you don't have to outline it, but it's really going to make it more graphic and make it stand out. So it depends on the look that you're going for. I'm going to put a little bit more dark green over here. Oh, I forgot to put my... All right, you guys. Thank you. I just saw the comments. Cute hat. Thank you. It's really my St. Patrick's Day hat backwards. So I was going to put little white polka dots and prickles on it, but I didn't think about it till the end. I was looking for a green beret. And I'm like, I bought this 12 pack on Amazon of all these different colors, but it doesn't have, it has a really dark green. So on camera, it looks black. So that's why I was like, I'm going to wear a green hat. So I'm going for the cactus look. I tried tucking the rim in like this. I'll show you guys at the end. But then I look like a chef, right? I was like, oh, now I look like a chef with the green hat. So I decided just to keep the rim out. Plus the rim helps it stay on my head. So yeah, this is what I do with myself, okay? Because it's fun. It's fun. Entertaining yourself, right? What you do to entertain yourself. All right, so there's my greenery. And again, if you want to make it lighter, if you want to add different values, different greens, make it a little bit more interesting, you can do that. I just have green paint on my brush. I'm just kind of blending it in there. Now the table, you could do your table violet or not green. Don't use green for your table. Gray, silver, brown. Use something that you haven't used yet, right? And since I have black and white on my plate, I can mix those together. Again, you would just use more white and a tinge of black. Maybe you put some pink in there. I put a little pink in there. Look, so that pink makes it look a little bit purple. And I'm using horizontal brush strokes. I think it's a little dark, so I'm going to lighten up with a little bit of white, and I'm just going to do it right on my canvas. I like to see the brush strokes. That's what makes a difference. When you do it on an iPad, it's very flat, right? Very cartoon-like. You don't see the texture that paint creates. Oops, got a little bit more. That was an accidental blob of pink, but I'm just going to mix it in there. And it actually, with the black, turns a pretty color. See, no one knows your mistakes but you. And I'm just telling you because you guys are here with me, right? But I just like, oh, I didn't mean to get that pink in my gray. So be careful if your green leaves are still wet when you're going around them. I'm going to add mine with black, outline it with black, so I'm not worried about making it too perfect. And again, I like the look of the table, so I like, maybe I'll put some more like horizontal streaky lines. You see that? Just a little bit of white, horizontal, so it gives it just the look of the table. But you can leave it flat looking. When I say flat, it means just like one solid color. Now, if I kept going over and over and over my gray with my white streaks, it would all turn one solid gray. So I'm going to leave it alone. All right. Now, wherever you want to outline with white, let's do that before we mess with the black. Oh, and the polka dots. Let's do the polka dots. So you can use the handle of your brush for polka dots. You can paint them in. See, to me, this is easier, just putting the polka dots on top. So I just scooped up a little white on my handle. And to me, it's easier than painting around all the circles. That's what I was going to do to my hat. I was going to paint my hat. But if I had those little white stickers, they would have come off. I wasn't ready to commit to putting green or white polka dots on my hat. Polka dots are fun. All right. I could do polka dots all day long. You don't want to overdo the polka dots, but they are fun. All right, let's move on. Oh, okay, so I think those are, now I'm going to do the stripes. So the stripes on the cactus, I'm going to do white. Almost like I'm outlining it, right? But I'm using white. Do this white here, white. So my green is still pretty wet, and in some areas it's turning light green, but it looks cool. If you want it to be pure white, wait a little bit longer and let your green dry. You can go over those little prickly lines with white if you want. You can do it with black later. You can have those little polka dots. Again, you can use the handle, you can use the bristle. Those little prickly lines. I probably should use a smaller brush. When you guys do those little lines for details, if you have a smaller brush, you should use it. All right, let's do a few more little, do I have a little purple? Yeah. Okay. So you have your white polka dots, your white outline. If you still have white on your brush, you can do, I need some fresh white. My white's got blue all in it. See that? Look at that. It's got, so I don't want to, let me get some fresh white because I want to put some nice fresh white as an outline on my flowers, right? And I have blue in it. I don't want to put blue in my flowers. So I'm just going to add a little bit more white to my plate. You guys, we always go through white more than anything. Of course, my white's blocked. But white is, you always should have extra. So even though I use the little bottles for, like I use this size, what is this, 2 ounces, right? But I always have a big bottle of white because you're always going to go through more white paint because we're always blending and making. So when you add white to a color, it's called a tint, T-I-N-T. So we're always making these tints, right? I need some more. Yeah. So again, for some fresh white if you need to, and then you can go back in and add your highlights to your flowers before we do any black. Put some on my big flower too. Again, if you use red, it would even show up more because there's more contrast with the red and the white. Just depends on what color you made your flower. Okay, I think I got most of my highlights, maybe a little bit more down here. And then when you're done with your highlights and your polka dots and some of your stripy lines on your cactus and any of those little prickly lines, right? Do as much as you want. Then you guys can go to the black paint, okay? Now, if your flower part's white like mine, you don't have to paint it white unless you want to. So I'm going to leave mine the white of the canvas. But again, if you want to, you can. And then, or you could do a different color, but you want to have it something different, right? So I'm going to leave mine black and white because it's very graphic and it'll make everything pop out. And you're going to see once I start outlining. First, I want to paint in my hearts. You could always use a marker or a fine little brush. My little polka dots, again, you can paint them in or you can use your handle, dip it in the paint. And if you feel more comfortable with marker, And the outlining, if you wait for it to dry, you can outline the whole thing in black marker. You're going to have a little bit more fine motor control, like with your hand being steady. You can use a Sharpie, but don't do it with the paint wet. Wait for it to dry. And then you can, again, watch how everything's just going to start to come together as you outline it. Also, you can outline it so that you cover up any mistakes that you made, right? So if I went out of the line, I can cover it up. No one's going to see it. It's just our little secret. It's a happy little mistake. No one knows, right? So this is where, again, I can conceal, cover up all my mistakes. Again, I would use the smallest brush you have for your black, or just wait for it to dry and outline it with the marker. Nothing wrong with that. So I got some, that was an accident. I got some white on my little brush, and now I'm getting white, but it looks cool. Look at it up close. I did not need to do that, but I could leave it. See how I got the white and the black mixed in there? That was an accident. I bumped into my white, so I can leave it, but you could see that it doesn't have quite the contrast, so the outline is not as strong. So I can, again, I can cover it back up, or I can leave it for now and then decide later what I'm going to do with it. And don't worry if you're not keeping up with me. You guys can take all day, all week, all month, whatever. Artists take years to create, right? I'm just here to, get you started. And if you don't like the way it comes out, do it again. And do it again. And every time you do it, you're going to learn something else. Let's see. All right. I see people want to come on the camera. I'm excited. I'm going to put this swirl right here. Oh, they're outside. Hey. Hi, girls.
Hi. Okay, there are bugs here because we're outside.
Yeah.
We're in Pennsylvania.
I see.
Here's mine.
Beautiful. Is that watercolor?
Yeah, so that's why it didn't turn out as usual.
And here's mine. No, I'm just kidding. This is mine.
Wow. Now put them side by side. I love how different your colors are. Wow. Those look great. Really, really. So did you both use watercolor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you can see, it kind of dripped down in some places. It makes it
I love it. No, they look so nice. And how warm is it outside there?
Okay, it is
82 degrees.
Yes.
Here in Pennsylvania is where we are.
Oh, I was going to say, because it's 82 degrees here. So you're close.
Yay. Oh, yeah.
You're a few hours from me, I think.
Yeah, we're visiting family up north, which is a nice
Very
break.
nice. And you know what? That swing in the background, that like makes me think we should do a picture of that tree with that swing. Wow. That looks like fun, you guys. Are you having a good time?
Oh, it's really, really nice. A beautiful break from Florida.
Oh, that's so nice.
And we have deer and bunnies here and all kinds of birds. It's just, look how beautiful it is.
Wow. It's in a blue sky. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous here.
It
And the girls
looks
are
like
having a
it.
lot of fun, as you can tell.
So you guys brought your art supplies. That's awesome.
We actually have some. Well, we kind of have art supplies everywhere we go. So we have our little stashes.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. I know that Charlotte and Tatum want to come on. Will you guys stay on while I bring them on?
Sure.
Yeah.
They love when they come on with you guys. Or, yeah. Because I'm so good in technology here. Hey, you guys.
Say hi.
Ooh,
She can't see you.
I'm not here.
you are. I know you're there. Hey, girls.
Say hi.
Hi. Hi.
How's your cactus?
Show her your cactus. You want to show it to her? No. I'll hold it up. Hold up. They're making baby doll food with Play-Doh. So.
Oh.
It's not quite.
Oh, that's so cute. That looks great.
Pretty. So cool.
Charlotte, where are you? Oh, Charlotte's right there. Hey, Charlotte, say hi.
Say hi, Charlotte. And guess what? Holly's here today. You guys want to see Holly too?
Yes.
Those look great. I know they love when everyone comes on the camera at once. So I haven't seen Holly, must be on summer vacation. Let's get Holly. Hold on.
Okay.
I want to go on vacation.
You guys want to see Holly too? Holly doesn't know they love when everyone comes on the camera at once. So I know Holly's here, but I don't think she has her camera on. Let's get Holly. Hold on.
I want to go on vacation.
Where do you want to go? Holly doesn't know they love I know Holly's here, but I don't think she has her camera on. Let's get Holly. Hold on.
I want to go on vacation.
Where do you want to go? Holly. I don't know if Holly has her camera on, you guys.
Our mom.
Look at that one.
It's our mom's.
Yeah, I did this
Oh,
one.
that looks Karina. That's awesome.
It's just pencils. I wanted to do watercolors, but nah, decided not to. Not this time.
Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Thank you.
Okay.
Vegans.
Stay safe.
Everyone,
Bye, you guys.
I did. I showed her.
Love it. Love it.
That one's Regan's.
Regan, good job.
So yeah, that's everybody's. I
Regan's in
think
there.
this one was mine.
Oh, Regan, good job. Oh, I like yours. That's cute.
So yeah, it's fun. And we have the temperatures about like I think what y'all were saying. Well, but we're really humid here in
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Yeah, for some reason, just in the last couple of days, it got really hot and humid. So
Yeah, it's really humid here because it's we have a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. We have on and off showers right now.
Bye.
wow. So we don't have cactus in this humidity and showers, right?
No, we don't.
Bye.
They've never
Bye,
really
guys.
seen a cactus in real life. So,
Bye.
but they had
Thank
fun
you for
doing it.
joining. Yeah, thanks for creating with us.
Thank you.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Hey, Holly, I got to add Holly one more time. Holly, you there? Holly, turn your camera on. Holly, I don't know if Holly Ann knows she's here. No? Oh, well. Sorry, Holly Ann, pop on in a minute. I'll wrap up real quick. Let's see. I was just going to finish outlining some of my stuff. I was going to put this here. Remember I told you guys before I covered up so many of my things. I'm going to outline my vase. I know Holly Ann's there, but I think she forgot to turn her camera on or something. See how outlining just makes it pop like that? I think I'm running out of black. I got to get some more black. Where's my black? Hang on. Almost done. Just want to show you guys what it looks like all outline, right? Ah, there she is. Hey, Dolly.
Hi. Hi.
I like your unicorn
Here's my
shirt.
picture.
Wow, that came out great. That looks
Thank you.
fantastic. I love it. I love your
Thank
shirt. I
you.
think you should make that. That's so cute.
I like your hat.
Are you out for summer vacation now?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for letting me come on.
Of course, I'll see you soon. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Hers looks amazing. Wow. How'd you guys work so fast today? Did I talk that much? You guys all got done quicker than me. Usually I'm done quick and you guys are catching up. I must have talked a lot today. Everyone just wants to get outside and play. That's what it is. But you see the difference. And again, there's no right or wrong on outlining it or not. It's just your preference. Do you like it outlined or not? If I wasn't going to outline it, I would have been neater with my, but I knew I was going to outline it, so I wasn't that neat. And there you have it. All right, you guys. And again, if you want to, I have all this white here, little white dots in my flowers. You could add details. So I just use the handle. I have all this white paint left. So I'm just adding some white dots to my flowers. Why not? You can always paint over it if you don't like it. Put a little black line on my table right here. My little swirly line down here. And, oh, I think I have one more black line here. There you go. I think I need a few more little black polka dots. Poof, done. There's our cactus. All right, you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you so much for creating with me, and have a great day. Be careful and have fun and make art. Bye, you guys.